Hi everyone, welcome back to Jordy's Corner. I'm Jordy. This is my corner of the internet. And today we are doing the 2024 mid-year binder, Photocard binder flip through. And at the beginning of the year, I wasn't collecting photocards. I didn't even start collecting until like the end of February, early March, around the time I started this channel. And now I have 20 binders. I started out with 4 and then I had 8 and now I have 20. So yeah, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right on into it. I'm gonna try not to yap too much. Okay guys, so to start, we're gonna start with these smaller binders here. These were my original 8. None of them house the original 8 collections that they had anymore, but yeah, so let's just go ahead and start with the splatter ones. So first off, we have this binder. This used to be my ENHYPEN binder, but now it is not. This is now my BTS, EXO, SHINEE, SUPERM, Johnny, and Win binder. Oh, and GOT7, my bad. So yeah, we're just gonna do like a quick flip. So BTS is in the front. It's in alphabetical order. So we got BTS in the front. We have EXO here. This binder is going to be one of the slower binders that we're going to work on because a lot of these groups are expensive because they're like 2nd or 3rd gen groups. Some of them are, actually I think everyone in this binder is 2nd or 3rd gen. So we have GOT7 here for Jackson Wang. Then we also have, oh I forgot, Lucas is here. I have his whole collection. So his WAYV and solo album collection will be in here. And I just got my Macari fix yesterday. And then now we have Johnny from NCT. And then Win will also go in here. Well, Win's like 127 cards will go in here. Then we have SHINEE here with Mino. And then SUPERM. So that is everything for this binder. Up next, this is my BABYMONSTER BLACKPINK binder. I have been considering picking up Treasure and putting them in here as well, but yeah, so in the front here we have BLACKPINK. I'm collecting Rose and Lisa, and then for each of their solos I'm collecting only 4 cards, and then I'm doing OT4 sets for these Polaroids from Born Pink. Maybe these cards are actually kind of expensive, at least on Pokemarket. I'm gonna look on other places. And then my BABYMONSTER collection where I'm collecting Chiquita and Ruka. But I've also thought about moving BABYMONSTER out of this binder and into a bigger one. Next, for splatters, we have the JYP binder. This binder is the only one that's remained untouched since February, in the sense that I haven't really made changes to it. I've just added to it. So we have NEXZ here in the front. I do want to reorganize this because I don't like how it's not in alphabetical order. And then day 6, I have made the decision I'm going to drop Wonpil from day 6 and just keep Younghae, who's my bias. So yeah, and then we have XDINARY Heroes. I need to start making some good progress on this, and that it is going to be one of my priority collections for the rest of this year, is to get this collection caught up because there's not that many cards. And then we have NIZIU here, just 1 page for them. And then I have NMIXX. I am going to drop Lily and keep Kujin, who's my bias. Lily's just my bias wrecker. She's not even a second bias, she's just a bias wrecker. So yeah, I've made that decision already. Again, I made that decision a couple days ago. So that was the JYP binder. And then last up, we have the Eric and SUNWOO binder. I'm only collecting Eric up through reveal, and then once you get to reveal, I'm collecting both through present. So I just set this binder up. I don't feel like it's gonna take that long to get this binder done because again, a lot of their cards are very cheap on Pokemarket, so I think I'll be okay. But yeah, there's also not that much, and there's more cards to collect, but I only picked like a certain amount per album era. And my main goal is to get Fantasy done by the end of this year, like all 3 parts. I know that I've heard that there's a rumor going around that they're gonna have a comeback soon, and I've already decided that I'll set up for the comeback, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I am gonna buy the albums, of course, but I'm not gonna worry about like collecting Eric and SUNWOO yet. But I am gonna try to find group orders if there is a comeback, because I want to claim either Eric or SUNWOO. But Eric is one of my old biases, so I really want to get his cards. And then if you're noticing any of these little like dots on the fillers, those are cards that I have either on the way or I have on hand. And this is going to be the same throughout all my binders. I do that so that when we do storing photo card videos, they're not like me trying to find cards. So that was the Eric and SUNWOO from the BOYZ binder. Next up, we're going to work on these composition books. This was my 17 binder way back then. I just didn't want to ruin this WONEUS sticker more than I already have. But this is my WOOSAN binder from ATEEZ, so it's San and Wooyoung. I'm collecting them from debut. I'm planning to collect all of their cards, but I have a feeling that I'm going to end up cutting some of them. Like, if there's any of these that are concepts, I'm going to probably scrap the concepts because I don't really want to collect concept cards. I'd rather collect the selfies, and then one day I'll go back and collect concepts. And if that's only if I, but with how much they release, like how much KQ has them releasing, I don't know about that. And then, but yeah, so this is the WOOSAN binder. This is the World Series. But in the big ATEEZ binder that I set up in that setting up video, I moved my other top 3. So I have a top 5, I have like a bias line in ATEEZ. And my other top 3, like the other 3 of my top 5 are in that binder. And that's only from the World on, so the World and Golden Hour. Whereas this binder, I need to get new pages because I don't like these pages. They have like, the cards just slide around. I don't like that very much. But yeah, so that is the WOOSAN binder. And then this one here, this was always my Twice binder, which is why it still has all the Twice stickers on it, even though this is just my JIHYO binder, but it's okay. I like it, actually. But, yes, this is the only one that I've done these on. These were my first collages I ever did. But, yeah, I'm collecting her from Fancy on, and I've only gonna collect 4 cards per album, except for, like, Ready to Be, or Between 1 and 2, Ready to Be, and With Youth, because those are the 3 eras I was a part of Twiceville for. Or Twice Land, but I want to go through these Formula of Loves because I have 8 album cards set up and POBs, so I want to see what I was doing with that. And then Between 1 and 2, this is also one of my priority collections that I want to get, not Between 1 and 2, but like Ready to Be. Like, I want to get these 3 albums, not done by the end of the year, because I have other collections I want to get done by the end of the year, but I want to get some progress on her binder, because her binder very much is more fillers than cards. And that's just because I haven't been seeking out her cards. And then back here, I have it set up for her Japanese release, for the Japanese release dive. And then I have some extra pages because I don't have an extra one of these that I used to have one that I would use for just pages. So that was the Twice JIHYO binder. And this binder this was always my Stray Kids binder, but then it became, as you guys saw in the last story photo card, it became my Legendary binder. But yeah, so this one is my Chan and YEJI non-album binder. Chan is set up completely. I need to go through and set up YEJI still. But so I'm collecting 4 POBs per era, except for I'm collecting 8 POBs per era for Stray Kids. And I'm only doing it from Maxident on, because Maxident's when I became a stay. So Maxident, 5-star, Rockstar, and now 8, which I've already set up for. But honestly, I think I might downsize it to just 4 POBs for them. And then this is the why is English leaving my mind? This is going to be their tour page. So their High Stay tour, the District 9 Unlocked tour, the Maniac World tour, the Dome tour, and then I'm going to put another page in here for the Dominate tour whenever the merch drops. And then I have their fan meet pages. So I have SKZX, Chocolate Factory, Pilot, and Magic School. And then their photo books, so Stay in London, Stay at Playground, and Stay in Jeju. And then I'm going to collect 1 card per season's greeting. And then Pacific, Daikon, Mahagrid, and some just miscellaneous merch cards. I went through this big like Chan non-album template, and I picked my favorite cards. And then for ITZY, I'm only collecting 4 POBs per album because there's not that many, but except like in the later albums. So for YEJI, I'm collecting 4 POBs. YEJI and Chan are my 2nd and 3rd ults in that order. So it's first is first it's Mark Lee, then it's YEJI, then it's Chan, and then it's Eric, and then Vernon, or S Coops, my bad. And then Cheshire, I'm collecting 5 because I'm collecting the same stores for each album, and then on the back I'm gonna put like their US exclusives because I live in America, so I want to collect them. And then there is some extra pages back here because I need to finish setting this binder up for YEJI's non-album. But yeah, so that was my Chan and YEJI non-album binder. And speaking of my alts of alts, this is my Mark Lee binder. This was my YEJI binder. This was my ITZY binder back when I started collecting before it grew out of control. But this is now my Mark Lee binder. And I have same thing as I'm doing for YEJI and Chan. I'm collecting, but for him I'm collecting 4 pops per era. And yeah, so I have a page for each album since I think it was 2 Baddies. So 2 Baddies, Candy, AO, ISTJ, Fact Check, Be There For Me, Dreamscape, and now I have Walk set up as well. And then I'm gonna collect his... So my phone died, but basically I have his binder set up the same way as Chan and YEJI, except with him I'm gonna have a lot more cards for Candy because Candy is my favorite concept. Okay, so for our next binder here, we have my 2-inch miscellaneous binder. This is where all the pulls go that are not my biases. So there's a lot of cards in here. Or they are my bias, but they're not the cards I want to collect. So like I have a lot of ATEEZ is like US exclusives from like Outlaw era, which are kind of the same but different. Same thing, like, and then I have like Target cards and stuff or like dupes. There's a lot of dupes in this binder as well. And we have this BTS card. We have this ENHYPEN page. We also have this EXO page, the NCT section, where I, on a limb, bought all of these cards, not even collecting that, so I don't know why I did, but I did. And then here's just my NCT pulls. These are in chronological order, not member order, but like order of release. And then we have ONEUS. We have 17 as well. Again, just like NCT, they're in order of release, not by member. I had it in order by member, but I liked it like this instead. Then I have the other 10 members of 17 that I'm not collecting in my top, that are not my top 3. So I could put spreads like this. I like these spreads, I really do. I've thought about doing OT13, but that's called Delusion. And then here's Stray Kids, again in chronological order. These are all just straight up album pulls. Like looking at it, I own a lot of Stray Kids albums. I actually own at least 1 copy of all of their albums except Christmas Evil and In Life. Same thing with ITZY, I own all of a copy of all of their albums. Now I'm just trying to decide if I want to back collect the rest of the albums. And then here is the BOYZ extra page with a bunch of Eric and cards. And then TXT, I did drop Subin from TXT. Just because collecting Youngjoon, Subin, and Taehyung was kind of excessive. Especially since I was also making like no progress on the collection at all. So then I have TWS here. I do low-key want to collect OT for them, but I have other collections. If I didn't have 20 binders, then I would. But granted, this is one of the 20, so like. And then back here we have the girl groups. Same thing as the boy groups, just extra polls. I do need to put some fillers in so that you can't see the pages, but I've been trying to decide if I want to use my fillers for that. I mean, it's a piece of note card, like it's really not that deep. And then here's my extra ITZY cards. I really want to take them to OT5, but I think I need to finish my top 3 and then start working on OT5. Ooh, that's a good idea. So we'll do that. And then this, I don't know what's going on with this page. Oh, I had Chaeyoung's on this card page as well, but I moved her back into the other binder for Born to Be, and I just did OT4 for Born to Be. And then the SSERAFIM back here, NEWJEANS, and NMIXX. So that's everything for the big binder. Let's go ahead and move into the boy group binder. So next up we have my boy group binder. This is just like, a lot of this is like late 4th gen, early 5th gen groups. So BOYNEXTDOOR, ONEUS, NEXZ, RIIZE, XIKERS, and TWS. I know it says ZEROBASEONE, but I just gave them their own binder because I already have so many they already have so many albums. But like these are groups that like are on like BOYNEXTDOOR only has 2 EPs out. Like these are groups that have just debuted within like the last year or two. Minus ONEUS, they debuted a long time ago, but I'm not fully collecting them, so they don't need their own binder. But here's my BOYNEXTDOOR Jaehyung collection. My NEXZ top 3, which are Yu, Haru, and Sita, but Haru is my bias. Like my top bias in the group. And then ONEUS, I'm only collecting Lido and Hongwoon. And then RIIZE, I want to collect these 3, but I'm really only collecting Sungchan. But for Get a Guitar, I'm collecting these 3, all 3 of them. But for Rising On, I'm only collecting Sungchan until Sunghan comes back, if he comes back. But I think he's coming back. And then TWS, ignore the back of this. It used to be the RIIZE one. We have Dohoon, Hyunjin, and Shinee. I know it says Youngjae, but that's because I was gonna collect Youngjae, but I actually like. Again, I want to OT them so bad, but I'm already 2 albums. We're already 2 albums in, and I'm already so behind. And their cards are kind of expensive. And then for XIKERS, we have Minjae. I need to switch his fillers out for real ones, but that was everything for the boy groups. So let's go ahead and move into the girl groups. So the girl groups don't have a cover yet because I'm going to make one, but I need to put in dividers as well. But in this group, in this binder, we have NMIXX, G-IDLE, AESPA. We'll get into it, but yeah. So we have AESPA, Karina here. Her Got the B cards are also going to be in here. And then I have it set up for basically I have it set up from Savage all the way through Armageddon. I'm not collecting the Japanese cards. I don't really collect Japanese cards like that, except for like my top groups. So ITZY and Stray Kids are the only ones I'm going to be collecting Japanese cards for. And then here we have Soyeon from G-IDLE. She's been my bias in IDLE for so long. I have all of her cards set up, except her Pokas. I don't collect Poka cards. And I don't have it set up for ITZY yet because I was waiting for it to drop over here in the West first. And then for SSERAFIM, I'm only collecting Chaewon. I was collecting her and Youngjin, but it was just a bit much. But yeah, so I'm making it a priority to finish her ETZY collection by the end of this year, or by the end of September, because this is ridiculous. It's 4 cards. Why do I not have it done? And then right here we have IVE with Yujin. She's always been my bias in the group. She's the reason I got into the group. But I don't own any of her cards yet. Well, I do now. I own her Lenti from IVE Switch. And then we have NewJeans Minji back here. I want to finish these 3 albums by September as well, because it's almost done. And then back here, I have it set up for Irene, but I am going to drop, not Irene, I'm going to keep Irene, but I'm going to drop how far back I'm going. And I'm just going to start from Chill Kill and Cosmic. And I'm going to add Wendy. So that was the girl groups. Let's go ahead and move into the soloist. Okay, so next up we have the soloist binder. This was the binder that was broken that I've mentioned a few times in other videos, but it's kind of fixed itself, so I'm going to use it for now. If it starts to break again, I'll replace it. But when you first open it, we have BI here. I'm collecting his Love or Loved album series and To Die For, and then any upcoming comebacks. I do need to do some maintenance in here because I've decided that for NCT solos, I was going to collect all of the cards, but now I'm just going to collect the Digipack / S minis, depending on, because you know 10 did an S mini, not a Digipack, because it's a bit overkill, and it was kind of stressing me out trying to collect all of it. And then I have Eric Nam here, and then Jiho's Zone. I am going to try to collect all of her cards. But again, I just need to start making progress. I just haven't really been paying attention. Jungkook's Golden is a priority collection to be done by the end of this summer because I only need 4 more cards. Like, I already have a lot of his cards, so I need to get it done. And then EXO's Kai. Again, I haven't bought any of his stuff because I don't own the album yet. Same thing with Alisa. I'm very big on if I don't own the physical album, I don't need to buy the cards. That's an extra page, okay? And then we have Mino from SHINEE's solo album. Then we have Nayeon's Na. I did go through and decide I was going to get all the other album cards, but I've already decided I'm not going to do that. I am going to finish my favorite concepts, though. I think that's what I want to collect, is just my favorite concept cards. like my cards from my favorite concept. And then we have Taeyoung's Shalala and Tap. I will be collecting all of his cards. I think there might be some cards I decide to cut off. And then I have Solgi's 28 Reasons, but I'm not going to collect that anymore. I might just collect like the case version or the photo book. I don't know. 10, I'm just going to collect his S minis. Wendy, I'm just going to collect her photo book. And then we have V from BTS. So that was my soloist binder. This binder is a binder that I'm not going to be paying a lot of attention to because like I have other collections that are priority. Okay, so up next we have the brand new, this is not a brand new binder. You've seen this before, but this is a brand new collection that we moved, and that's ZEROBASEONE. I moved them into their own binder because honestly, with how many pages it already is, like it was kind of, I didn't want to bulk up the boy group binder too much already, considering those are a lot of collections that are going to be growing over time, because a lot of those groups, like ZEROBASEONE also is having another comeback in August, like they didn't just have one in May. So yeah, so I'm collecting Jiwoon, Janghao, Hanbin, and Matthew for album cards, and then I'm going to collect OT for digipack cards. Except for Melting Point, I'm only collecting my top 4 because I did 2 digipack sets. And then here's my Hello setup. It's set up. I just need to start getting the cards. But I am going to collect OT for the digipacks. So that was my ZEROBASEONE collection. It's small, but with the frequency of their comebacks, it's not going to be small for long. So next I have my ENHYPEN and TXT collection. So my ENHYPEN, Heesung, Jae, and Jake, and my TXT Youngjoon collection. But yeah, so open up, it's ENHYPEN. I do need to finish making the fillers. I ran out of these sticky notes, which I really like these ones for them. But I just got them, or I'm gonna go get some, I think tomorrow, so I'll finish this. But yeah. I'm just collecting my top 3 in ENHYPEN. I was going to collect Nikki as well. And I set up for Nikki when I did my Romance Untold setup. But I did decide to drop Nikki and just collect my top 3. But yeah, I moved them out of that smaller binder because I wanted to collect more members. Why is Jay crooked? And then I'm going to do OT for like 1 set per album. And it's probably going to be the Engine set, because they're very easy to get. And then Orange Blood, I'm gonna keep Orange Blood as OT4 just because I have some of the cards already, but I don't know, we'll see. I want to, but we'll see. And then Memorabilia, I'm not even gonna collect it anymore. I set up for it, but I'm not gonna collect it. And then here's Romance Untold. I need to do some maintenance and take Nikki out of here because with having Nikki, that made it into 4 pages to collect, like 1 page per album version, and that's just a bit much, so I don't want to do that anymore. And then TXT, this is going to be a slow collection because Youngjoon is a very expensive member, but yeah, so, and this is just the Chaos chapter, by the way, on 1 page. And then for albums like Thursday's Child, where there's only 3 photo books, and then the member versions, I'm gonna collect the member version cards as well. Same thing with like Temptation, and then Free Fall, we actually got this. And then I'm gonna do an OT5 set for the Gravity cards. I just need to get these 2, so I think I'm gonna put that on the priority list as well. And then tomorrow I want to finish the light version, and then I'll get his album cards because you know they're expensive. So that was ENHYPEN and TXT. Up next we have my ATEEZ, the rest of my top 5, and same thing with the boys, where's the other 3 members of my top 5. So opening up, I have Hongjoon, Yuno, and Mingi in this binder. So I'm collecting Mingi, Yuno, and Hongjoon from The World Episode 1, so Movement through Golden Hour Part 1, you know, to present, plus an OT8 set per album, so it's going to most likely be digipack cards. But yeah, so that's how it's set up. I do want to finish this page because it's almost done. And then I need to finish my Golden Hour because if you came here from Shy's channel, you know that I gave her the Hongjoon Golden Target card. And in that trade, she did mention that she gave me cards. She didn't mention that she gave me literally basically all of golden hour for basically my entire top 5. Because she is one of the sweetest people on this entire planet. But yeah, so I have it all set up here. You guys saw, I don't know if I did an ATEEZ setting up video or if I did it off camera, I don't remember. But she finished my golden hour set, like for the golden hour concept. The diary concept, I just need 2 cards. And then for the blue hour concept, I just need 1 card. She gave me the rest. And I only pulled like this Mingi card and this So she is a legend. Then I have the OT8 Digipack set. I don't know which one I'm going to collect yet. I think it's going to be the golden hour concept. Then for the spy cards, I just need to get Hongjun. She gave me Sungwa and Yeosang. She finished the hug set for me. For the Barnes & Noble, I do need to get this on my own. I just need to get Yeosang and Woo Young's Target cards, and that will be a done set. And then Walmart, I want to do as well. That is a blank page. And then for the boys, I have Sungyoung, Hungjin, and Juyoung. I'm just collecting them from the Fantasy series on. So yeah. I'm gonna finish, I think, 1 album at a time for both this collection and this Sunwoo and Eric binder. So yeah, this collection is going to be one of the, not priorities, but it's going to be one that I know I'm going to work on because the cards are very easy to get. So that was my ATEEZ and the boys collection. Let's go ahead and move into 17. So up next we have 17, where I collect S-Coups, Vernon, and Dino. They are in my top 10. Well, no. Vernon is in my top 10. Or S-Coups is in my top 10 of biases. But I'm collecting them from debut. This is going to be a binder that you're going to see, I want to say often, but not really. Because this is going to be one of those collections that I'm going to kind of put on the back burner. Because they're like... Also, I've been showing you these binders in reverse order of like alt variations. Like alt lineup of groups. Because honestly, these groups that have their own binders are like my top groups. Like I listen to these groups every day. So yeah, now we're in semicolon, Your Choice, Ataka, Face the Sun. I'm going to start with back collecting. I'm going to go backwards to Face the Sun. But when I do Face the Sun, I'm going to do 1 concept at a time to get it done. And then, if you saw my last Photocard video, you realize that I accidentally finished Sector 17 on accident. I didn't mean to, but I did. And then I want to finish FML like ASAP. Because a lot of these cards are like $2 or $3 on Pokemarket. Some of them are $4. Like I just need to get it done because it's so close. And then I need to finish this as well. Same thing, like $2, $3. And then after I'm done with FML, I want to finish this one, and then I want to go back to Face the Sun because these are almost done. And then for 17 is right here. I have it set up, but I'm not worried about this album yet. I mean, I might try and get like Vernon and Dino's cards, but I'm going to wait till their next comeback, which we all know they're going to have a comeback this fall. When they have that comeback, then I'll worry about 17 is right here because, again, the way 17 cards work is they tend to get cheaper when the next comeback happens. So that was everything for 17. Let's go ahead and move into Twice. So for our first binder that has a cover, we have Twice. I don't really love this cover, but it's starting to grow on me, I will admit. But yes, so this is the other version, the other top 3 for Twice. Besides JIHYO, who is one of my ults, I'm collecting Momo, Nyeon, and Sana from between 1 and 2 through to now. All of their album cards, and I think I'm just gonna do all their photo book album cards, and then yeah, and then for OT9 sets, these are the pre-order sets that come with the album. So like these, which I've gotten in almost every album I've purchased, and then the Ready to Be Digipack set that I want to get, and then this set. If you know why there's 2, why this one is double-sided. And then we have the Nemo set, the Blast set, and then these like group cards that come with these sets. And then we have the extra cards. These were the ones that would go in the miscellaneous binder, but I didn't want to do that because this binder's not really full. These are just the cards that I pull. These are actually my actual album pulls. Like a lot of these are album pulls. Actually these are all album pulls, who am I kidding? And then this is my Target exclusive page slash this one pre-order card from With You. So I do want to make progress on this binder, but this is a binder that I know is going to take a while. So that was everything for Twice. Okay, so next up we have the NCT binder, which, as you see, is set up and ready to go. I do want to move them into a 1.5 inch just because, like, of how full it is. I don't want to crush it. But so when you open it, we go into full group. So this would be like the full group comeback. So the 2018, 2020. So Empathy, Resonance, Universe, and Golden Age. I'm just collecting the yearbook cards for them. And then for 127, you know, it's Taeyoung, Mark, and Jaehyung. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that we do this collection. For them, I'm starting with sticker and back collecting from sticker to, or forward collecting from sticker to AO. Once I finish that, then I'm gonna pick another album to go through. But sticker, I'm making some progress. Favorite, I can make some progress. 2 Baddies is actually done. I just have to get the cards. I'm so excited. AO, I can finish pretty quickly as well. And then Fact Check, she's not one of my priorities right now. I'm gonna get her done when I get her done. Same thing with Be There For Me, which Be There For Me is almost done, but these cards are like expensive. So, and then Walk, I'm not even worried about Walk right now. I just want to get that Taeyoung card though. But I know that a lot of people are chasing that card down, so it's a little expensive. And then for Perfume, I'm just collecting Jaehyung. And this one is another one that won't take that long to finish once I actually start working on it. And then for Dream, collecting Chunlo, Mark, and Jisung. I'm not really talking about who I'm collecting in this video because we're going to go over that in the next video. But yeah, this is definitely the collection that I think will not take that long once I actually start like NCT as a whole, working wise, I don't think it's going to take that long once I start actually working on it. But I do know that my goal by the end of this year is to have Candy, ISTJ, which I just need 3 cards for, and I think it was We Young, because I own We Young. I want to have those 3 albums done, like those 3 collections done. And then I want to also work on Dreamscape as well. So yeah, that's everything for Dream. And then for Wish, I'm just collecting Sion, and I want to get all of his album cards that we've had so far. I haven't got any for Songbird, even though I can because I don't own Songbird yet. And then for WAYV, I know it's Winwin, Zaojun, and Young. Honestly, I want to OT Winwin, or I want to OT WAYV so bad, but it's just not. I haven't even made progress on these collections yet. I don't need to be doing OT for any of that. So my priority collections for them this year are Give Me That, On My Youth, and Take Over the Moon, because I own all 3 of them. Well, I own those 2, and I'm planning on getting On My Youth next. So that was everything for NCT. And speaking of NCT, I do want to work on a cover for them, but I'm not quite sure what I want to do for the cover. So speaking of binders with covers, this is another one that I want to upgrade because this is Stray Kids, and as you see, they are a little full. But this is the cover I made for Stray Kids. It's not my favorite, but it is like the Twice when it's growing on me. But yeah, I know it's just Minchan on the front, but I actually collect IN as well. So yeah, I'm collecting the 3 of them from Mixtape On. I'm not really worried about these earlier albums right now. I have decided that my main priority is to get everything from, basically for ITZY and Stray Kids, everything from 2022 on is the priority. And I think it's going to be like that with all of my collections. So everything from 2022 releases on. Once those are done, then I'll start back collecting. So Ordinary, for Stray Kids, Ordinary through to 8. ITZY will be Checkmate through to Born to Be. And then for all the NCT groups, it will be like their albums forward, except for them I'm doing 2021. And then I have everything here set up. I was so zoned out I didn't let you know. So these 2 I've already started getting cards for. 5 Star is done. I just need to put the cards in when I get them. Rockstar is also, I think, almost done. Don't quote me on that. I think it is. I think I own all the cards, just need to ship them out. And then for 8, I'm not worried about 8. I'll worry about 8 later this year. Because the cards aren't really like available yet. And then here's my OT8 sets. I do want to finish this as well with the Ordinary set, because this is the only OT8 set not done. Is the Ordinary IDs, which are very easy to get. And then, so here's the Digipack cards from 5 Star. Polaroids from Rockstar. I do want to finish this as well. This is my favorite concept, which is why I'm OT8ing it. But I've also thought about not OT8ing it. But the only reason I did was because of Chanbin. And I also just bought Han. But I can still drop it, so we'll see. But I also did it because it helped make the page like even. And then obviously the platform for 8. Speaking of those, that platform album should be here this weekend. And then Japanese cards, I'm going to collect my top 3 as well. I think I'm going to, we'll see. I know I can for Social Path and the Sound. It's the albums before that I'm like, ooh, it's a little iffy. I might just collect Chan for those ones. And then unit cards, I have it set up for my bias line first. And then behind them is the rest. So yeah, this is where the 8 units will go. So that was everything for the Stray Kids. Let's move on to ITZY. So last but not least, this is my favorite binder cover, by the way, that I've made. But this is my ITZY collection. This is my ITZY top 3. Eventually when I'm done with top 3, then I'm going to do OT5. Like, I'm going to back collect up to OT5 as well. But yeah, so I'm collecting Ryujin, YEJI, and Yuna. And they're my top 3 in the group. But I do want to do OT5. But as you see, there's a lot more fillers in here than there is cards. So again, everything from Checkmate on will be getting done by the end of this year. Then once I finish, whenever those are done, then I'll start doing like Crazy in Love and then Guess Who. But for now, these are the priority collections because they're so far behind and I just want to get them done. Like, I want to get them done bad. And then, but I do want to OT5 this entire binder. Well, at least just the Korean version albums. I want to OT5 them. I had them as OT5, but it was overwhelming because I'm so far behind. Born to Be is actually done though. And then I'm going to do 1 OT5 set. As of right now, I'm doing 1 OT5 set per album. So for Kill My Doubt, I didn't have like this is my favorite concept, which is the one where they're like doing what Ryujin's doing here. That's my favorite concept. That's an extra page. And then for the Japanese cards, I'm only collecting YEJI. And then for unit cards, I do need to come through. I want to set this up for my units, but I'm going to do that, I think, later. So yeah, that is okay guys, so that was everything for my mid-year 2024 binder flip through video. There is some collections that are now priority, and this also just helped me realize what I need to do to these binders to like make them the way I want them. But yeah, anyways, if you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Nothing is about